Alrighty, guys. So right now, as you can see, focus on the Solana chart. We do have a very big airdrop coming of Jupiter, and they're saying it's up to $600 million. $600 million can enter the Solana ecosystem. So while we are waiting for Bitcoin to make its decision, we still have Bitcoin hugging that $42,000 level. We're going to obviously speak about the weekly close. We do want Bitcoin to hold 40K this week in order to actually get a strong possible push going in next week. We do still obviously have the Ethereum to BTC breakout. That's looking pretty good, but mainly focused today around the Solana ecosystem, that if we continue and we do continue this breakout of Solana, we did start to see some short-term bullishness. You know, what tokens are going to be moving with Solana and where are the bees going, right? So we're going to be speaking a lot about the Solana ecosystem tokens, and we're also going to speak about a few tokens that are moving today. We have Blur, we got Aptos, we got Filecoin. These are all coins sort of slightly going against the trend as well. So while we're waiting for the boringness to end, we still got to know that there is still strength in specific ecosystems at the moment. And if we get a Bitcoin bounce, which we're going to speak about, obviously what is going to be the top performing tokens if that happens. Guys, happy Thursday to you all. I know it's boring, but come on, we're here every day. Hope you got the coffee, bring up the vibes, and we will blink, and again, the market will be trending. And that's why you got to stay focused, be here with the best community in the world. I hope we make a lot of money this weekend. Let's go. No more wasting time. Let's go. Hey guys, what's happening? As I said, happy Thursday to you all. Thursday in South Africa is actually like a drinking day. Yeah. So if the market's not giving you what you want, maybe go have a glass of wine and go have a beer later. South Africa, we do that quite often on Thursdays. Just keep the vibes and keep motivated. Guys, if you're brand new to the channel, subscribe to the best channel on this planet. As we are family, we've been through war and we've done a lot of incredible things, and we don't quit. That's one thing you've seen. Banter's become the fastest growing channel specifically over the last 3 months. As soon as we started to see a lot of new people coming back into the market, Banter's been one of the fastest growing, and that's because we put a lot of time in the bear market where there was not much happening. We built a school, we built premium products, we built so many different things because we know the time is to come. And again, speaking about school, guys, make sure you get verified. If we got 15,000 people signed up, go finish your verification. We do know there's a slight verification delay, but you will be attended to as long as you've already just applied and you've already started the first step. We'll make sure you're in by Tuesday. Make sure you're pushing. So guys, get your education going. You get one shot, one opportunity. Bull markets come, money seasons come. Make sure you are educated. Okay, guys, let's jump straight into the action. So obviously, okay, not much action. I know what we're saying. Not much happening at the moment, but sidewaysness creates anticipate. It's just that one. It creates this overthinking period, right? So we got to understand that sometimes, because now everyone's confused as hell, right? Bitcoin went to 49, now at 42. Mark's not doing anything. What do I do now? And it sort of creates a lot of the market to overthink in this period. And that's why sideways, we're actually speaking, we went to a banter dinner last night, and Fefe asked Rand the question. He said, what was the worst time in the market to make shows? What was the worst time? And a lot of people would think, the big dumps. We've obviously seen $10,000 drops before the last bull markets. We've seen crazy big black swan events. We saw Luna. Luna was definitely one of his answers. But what we both said was sideways, boringness, right? That's the hardest point to possibly stay focused. And that's a part of the cycle, guys. Part of the cycle where something big's happened now you're kind of nervy and you tend to react quite a bit of an emotion. So sideways sort of makes sense where we're at the moment. And what it also means is we're preparing for a move, right? The longer we go sideways, the bigger the move. And we've seen that many times. So right now, for me, if Bitcoin, right now it's in a tight range. We're trying to pop our head through the 43. We're not getting there just yet. We're still holding the major trend line. We're not showing any big drops yet. But again, one thing about a trend line is if we do start closing below this, it tends to start to give us the acceleration pretty quickly. So this trend will save you a lot of cash by putting a simple trend line in your charts right now, especially on money that you've made. Now, guys, there's a lot of times you're going to buy tops, right? A lot of times you're going to possibly late buy, but the worst thing to do is making a lot of money and then giving it back. So what it will do, if we do lose that trend, it will make a decision that if you made a ton of money with a few tokens, to really possibly bank some, and don't be afraid to do so either. You need to really look at things non-emotionally. So looking at this at the moment, you know, the longer Bitcoin stays in this tight little range of this 41,500 and the 43,500 sort of zone, the bigger the next move is going to be. So if we decide to go over the weekend and still be boring as hell, just know that it's preparing for a bigger move. Right now, if I have to look at the current sideways, it's probably got enough power. If I would say, if we go up from here, enough power to maybe get us to 45. If we decide to go sideways for another 3 days, no, we might have enough power to get to 46, 47. So again, the sideways is what's going to create the strength and sustainability for the next move. And you got to look at it two ways. If I look at this current sideways, yeah, possibly to 45. We look at the downward cycle, yeah, possibly to 38,000. So we started getting a little bit of an idea that if the market decides to wake up now and starts to make a directional decision, you're probably looking at downside around 38. I think there's a lot of good support at 38, 38, 39, and you're probably looking at around 46 to the upside when that happens. All you can do right now is you can literally just channel this thing. You can literally just sit there right now and you can just put a simple channel in play where you got this bottom channel in over there, and you got the top channel in at the top over there. And whichever one we decide to break and start closing above is going to give us an indication of the direction. Now, again, if we start to lose the trend, I'll definitely look at just, you know, a little bit of capital preservation and a little bit of, you know, banking possible, a little bit of profits if you're looking good, because it does indicate, you know, we could start a possible bigger downtrend to the downside. And you always want to just make sure you have money. You know, if that big wick comes, you want to make sure that you're available to take advantages, you know, especially if dominance decides to go up and Bitcoin goes down. That for me will create the capitulation on many altcoins. That for me will be that massive last sell event on that. And why I'm saying that is because if Bitcoin decides to lose this level and go to 38, and all of a sudden this dominance that's been going up for a long time decides to go up again. Okay, you got to remember that you have money flow between the two, Bitcoin and altcoins. So if all of a sudden dominance goes up on a Bitcoin dump, alts will get smashed, right? They'll get murdered. But when Bitcoin finally finds support and bounces, you will have a very strong possible rejection in dominance, therefore giving an altcoin bounce and a strong altcoin bounce. So that's sort of where we're at the moment. So he's sitting in this tight little range. But we do got to look at the positives and look at what's still happening. Are we still getting a couple moves? So just before we jump into a couple of the altcoins, let's just quickly look at what Bitcoin dominance is doing. Also looking slightly confused. So what I was saying now is, again, we're sitting at this top range. It's at a very important support. We know if we lose this area here, dominance could go down to 49, 48%, which would be massive, right? It'll be massive for the Ethereum breakouts. And I think I still got it over here. Let's get this Ethereum breakout chart over here. Ethereum to BTC. Let's just see where this chart is at. Here we go. So if we look at the Ethereum BTC, we could see that this is still looking pretty strong. We obviously know the very important trend line that we broke and the MAs that we broke as well, the moving averages. You know, right now we're still holding the important 200-day moving average at the moment, which is really good. And you can see everything's sort of sitting, but it does still look strong. I like that it's not dropping back in there at the moment. And that's looking good as well. So it's quite interesting to see the directional move. If Bitcoin bounces, does dominance go up? Do we fall down? Right now, you can see there's a little bit of greenness forming here. I do think if Bitcoin bounces, I do think there's a high probability that the Ethereum to Bitcoin bounces too. And obviously, then we're paying attention to altcoins. So jumping back to the dominance here, this is in a range too. So guys, right now, the market is preparing and you've got to be okay with that. You've got to be okay with that and you've got to keep staying focused. Now, let's quickly speak about couple coins that are moving for the day, so you can obviously see. I don't know what's happening with PulseX and all of them. They quite a decent week. If we look over here, I'm still a PulseX holder and these things. I still had I made a little bit of money on Hex. I think I put like $400 in. I made like $30,000 in the last bull market. So I put a little bit of cash. I think I got like 10 or 20K with Impulse and all of that. I did what was it, sacrificing and all these sort of things. They obviously dropped a lot when the things were going down with Richard, with the SEC and all these sort of things. But so far, things are looking pretty good for the week. This is up to 224% for PulseX at the moment. So what is PHEX?
Pulse Hex, that was an Ethereum chain, now on Pulse chain.
Now in the Pulse chain. Okay, cool. And then we got obviously got PLS here and Hex as well. So Hex community, I'm sure you guys are pretty happy at the moment. You're sort of going, don't fade Richard Hart. I'm glad that he's not walking around his Gucci and stuff anymore. It was getting a bit much when he was buying so many different things. But that's obviously looking pretty good. But I do want to zoom in slightly. And now that we have Bitcoin sort of trending, you're sort of looking at what's showing a little bit of strength. The one token I want to look at is Blur. So Blur is looking pretty good at the moment. It's 5% up for the day. But look at that candle. Look at that. So I don't know what's happening here at the moment, but I spoke about this, I think it was yesterday or the day before, that this thing broke through this major high over here and retested, and this thing looks strong. So right now, it looks like Blur is one of the strong tokens. If it breaks that high, let's actually go have a look and see if there's any previous data. There we go. If it breaks that short-term high, it looks like we possibly entering the 80 cents, and obviously gets through that, you're entering back in the dollar range. So short-term traders, again, you know, one thing that Craig, he spoke about, what's his name? Eric Hogard. Tom Hogard, he spoke about. Go watch him. He's very, very incredibly good when it comes to the psychology of it. And a lot of us, you know, on days like this, you're going to go look for the biggest special, right? So you're going to go look for the coin that's down 10% for the day, and that's the one you want to trade. He says, throw that out the window, find the strongest coin for the day, manage your risk, and trade the strongest coin. And that's why for me, if you've got you know, if you're a short-term trader and you're seeing a coin with strength, trade the strength, you know, trade the strength and just look after your risk. Very important. But Blur looks like one of the big ones. So that's looking pretty good. So I got targets of 85 cents and I got targets of up to $1. So that looks pretty good. Let's look at a few others before we jump into the Solana ecosystem. We got NEAR on the 1 hour. I don't actually have this set up. Let's see quickly where NEAR is. We obviously want to see what can react strong. So guys, this for me is a nice chart. It's a really nice chart because obviously we had the highs of the 4.6. We're back to 3.3. Good, decent higher time frame retracements and a little bit of short-term strength. So if you look at this right now, there's a 4-hour break. So this tends to be your entry zone before we break the highs. I wouldn't get this much above the 3.35 sort of levels. And there's your stop loss zones. And obviously where this would really start to accelerate is if it makes its way to this trend, can pop its head through, then you can start making its way up. But possibly another NEAR run. It has had a little bit of a cool down. This, again, sideways for me creates strength. So if this really starts to get going, you know, there's quite a decent amount of sideways and accumulation here for a sustainable pump. So NEAR is definitely one of the strong ones over there at the moment. I saw a few others. So these were the ones that were also showing strength for me. I saw Filecoin was looking pretty good for the day. Also breaking a current 4-hour wedge. So we obviously know higher time frames. I'm definitely accumulating for investment sort of entries around the, you know, the $5 and $6 sort of mark. But short time frame looking pretty good, looking like one of the tokens breaking a wedge. So again, this is a nice area to possibly dip your toes, pop a stop loss over there in case you know, Bitcoin melts at any moment. And again, I'm still looking at this go to the possible top of the range of up to $8. So Filecoin, hoping for that to finally get moving. We've been patient with it, waiting for it. Obviously, I'm still very bullish on it when it comes to the high time frames. I look at this thing and I'm like, whoa, like we are, when it comes to buying a bottom cycle token, let's just zoom out here quickly. There we go. Look at that. Wow. So this could definitely create a, remember I said sideways? Look at that sideways. Yeah, we're running from May 2022, nearly 2 years sideways. Guys, that's sustainability. That could possibly create a really strong push at some point. And who knows, maybe we get back to $30 to even $40 one day. So File's still one of my investment tokens, but it's nice to see it on the short time frame showing a little bit of strength. We got Aptos as well. So Aptos looking pretty good. I was looking at this. It had a nice little pump up. It's back down to 618 sort of areas. And it's looking pretty good. And on the higher time frame, you know, you look at this, it's fighting this little bit of weekly resistance here. So to understand why it slowed down slightly. But above that, you know, you're sitting at $12 and then you're obviously sitting at 16. So we're still waiting for a true Aptos pump. You know, when they came out, a lot of hype. We did have a decent retracement and we're hoping to finally start get going again. So me personally, I still do have some Aptos in my spot accounts and it'll be nice to see if that starts moving. Any other ones? So I want to quickly update on yesterday. My trades are a little bit in the red, not too bad. Sort of fighting stop losses on leverage at the moment. But I want to explain again. You know, I had the option of either putting a couple $100,000 of my own money into this, or I could take a little bit less money and I could slightly leverage it and take advantage if we do get the bounce. So I'm preparing for worst. I am preparing for a big drop. And if the big drop happens, I want to deploy real dollars, you know, in spot and long term and things like that. But I also know that Bitcoin, when no one's got interest now and we're sitting on support right now, I also know that there can be an opportunity of bounce and to get, especially that dominance drops, get some really good entries. So I'm more leveraged right now than entering spot positions right now in higher time frame positions just to take advantage. My RUNE got smacked a little bit. So RUNE lost this little thing over here. So I just got stopped out. I think I took like a $1,400 hit on that. Now I'm just waiting a little bit on RUNE. I spoke to Rand again last night and he's so bullish on it for the long term. So if we can finally get down, remember this thing pumped from $1 to $7. So I'm hoping this can actually come down to the next major supports, which are around about the $3. We got a little bit of support here, but the real one's around $3. And that's where I'll take a little bit of advantage on the high time frame for a token that I still think is going to do incredibly well. So that one for now is done. Yeah, I got stopped and that's it, right? I move on to the next one. I still have my other two positions, which is Cardano and Phantom. This is because the weekly to the Bitcoin and the Ethereum pairing is looking strong. I just got to be a little bit patient and get through the stop loss zone. So again, with these sideways, it's stop loss hunt zone, right? This is where stop. It's normal, guys. It's normal. You got to survive it. You got to take a few hits, you know, 1, 2, 3 hits or stops. Eventually you get the breakthrough and it all comes back. But again, you got to put your big boy pants on and you got to fight. If you want to enter in this kind of market right now, this is where you do get rewarded. But you got to stay in there and you got to stay strong. So I'm still holding these with my stops. These are my last stops that I'll run. If it hits here, I'll take a little breather and I'll look again on Monday. But right now, I'm still in some leverage positions. Now, let's jump.
See the message I put on this thing.
What did you put? Give Sniper 1,000 likes and I'll twist his arm to chart all your sold DJing coins. Oh, is that from Craig? If we get 1,000 likes, I'll take your Solana coins. Okay, so and they can be a little bit DJ, no? Is what you're saying? A little bit. Are they pumping them? Are they coming in hot? Coming in hot, baby. Okay, let's go. Okay, guys. So obviously, waiting for Bitcoin, but Solana started to make some progress yesterday. It broke a 4-hour trend. We're obviously waiting to see, are we going to go, you know, sub 100 again? Are we going to go to lower investment entries? But it's looking pretty strong. And this is all obviously going around the Jupiter airdrop that's coming. And they're looking up to 600 billion. 600 billion. Imagine 600 billion. That would be incredible. $600 million into the ecosystem, which means, you know, bees are possibly hovering back to Solana. And it's also showing on the Solana chart. So right now, it's also just waiting a little bit for Bitcoin. But we did break the initial first trend and popped our first 4-hour high, which we haven't seen for a while. So what we might see from here at any moment, if Bitcoin bounces, I do think Solana is going to go pretty strong itself. So Sol's looking pretty good at the moment, but now it's time to go a little bit into the ecosystem. And I got these couple of coins here for you guys. So the first one I want to bring you guys is Neon. Neon USDT in the Solana ecosystem. Guys, again, I'm going to give you, we spoke to the researchers this morning. These are good tokens. Just go do some research on them. Fundamentally, I don't have time to explain every one of them, but I'm looking at ones that are in buy zones because this is what's currently happening with some of the coins. Look at that. Look at that. So right now, there's definitely bees here and there's money to be made. This thing's up 30% for the day. Now, this is not something I'm buying now, but let's look at the next coins in the ecosystem and look at the next possible big opportunities. There's definitely something happening over here in the system. So that's looking good. So the first one here is Neon USDT. What I like about this one is it's had a really decent pullback into a nice DCA spot area sort of zones. This had a really strong pump. A lot of hype came in. Looks really good. And now this is back to the area. So I took a fib from the bottom to the top. I got a nice golden zone, which is my 786-618. Doesn't mean from here it will explode right now. It could explode in the next, few days, but this always tends to be a healthy and golden zone area of buying a pullback. And that's what you always got to pay attention to is that golden zone. So this is between the 786 and the 618. By having multiple day candles coming down has reset the RSI nicely. Might go a little bit sideways here, but this is the DCA zone over here if you're interested in this token for the push up. I do have two targets. I got a lower high target of a 2.8. So if I'm currently getting into this, it's more or less a spot trade running on the the bees, right? So I'll have a nice little shorter term take profit point, and I'll leave the rest. So for example, if I take this currently now, and we push up to the areas of 2.8, right? You're looking at doubling your money. At this area, I'll probably take at least 70 to 80% of my profits done. And the 20% I will leave for the moonshot, right? For the bigger target. And that's a 618, 1618. We've seen Injective hit it. We've seen Solana hit it. It's a really powerful Fibonacci level. And that's showing it around $6. But I wouldn't bank. I'll bank on the first one over here, which for me, that would be the area of taking majority profits and then leaving the rest. And what's nice about that is it then frees up cash again to go look for the next ecosystem, right? So I remember I saw this. I remember at some points we started off with like $1,000 and we started to get into some ecosystem coins. And what ended up happening was our $1,000 would become $2,000, right? Then what I'll do is I'll take my initial 1,000 out and I'll go to the next ecosystem. And what it ended up doing for me is it ended up me getting and dipping my toes in many ecosystems with the same $1,000. So that's the thing. You don't want to keep offloading cash into these things, but it's amazing when you get one right and then you got that money back to go to the next one. And eventually you start loading yourself a couple of bags. And then what happens is you have one moonshot, one coin that becomes a 2050x coin, you know, and that's how it happens. So crypto is all about entering the opportunities, but also being smart with your money, not just throwing money away. Remember, be responsible, guys. It's your money here. Look after it. But play the game. You know, so this is one that's looking pretty good. We got PYTH Network. We've been speaking about it. Still for me in short-term buy zones. Finally, we've gotten some response of a nice little bounce. It had a nice little capitulation, boom, and a nice little response over there. And we have popped our first higher high. So this is one of the tokens that I think will rip pretty hard. Especially on a Bitcoin bounce, which I'm expecting is coming any moment now. And this one's looking pretty good. So this one's in a nice little zone here of taking some advantage. We obviously got render. So render high time frame. You know, we're still waiting for the mega render pump. We know it's had a really, really strong 2023, one of the best tokens out there. But, you know, when it comes to Solana pumps, render pumps harder. It's crazy. But they've been doing obviously a lot of incredible things. Where it retraced to was a healthy retracement. You know, this thing went from up to 5.3 back to around 3.2. We bounced on a pretty good area. And again, I just want you to pay attention to this trend line, which we are slightly rejecting. But again, what's nice about it is there might be the opportunity of another dip off here. I think around 3.8, 3.9 is a nice little dipping your toes area. But conservative, again, is wait for the trend break. But again, look how nice this bounced yesterday. I never saw Bitcoin bounce like that yesterday. And this bounced up to, 15%. So again, it's a strong token showing strength. So if it pops through here and gets through this trend, I'm still looking at a nice strong push to the $6 mark. So I still think render is one of the coins that had its first pump, but not its second. And remember when we saw Solana pump to $59 and then it stopped for a little bit and then it calmed down and then we had the second pump. And that's what I'm still waiting for from render. So render, I'm still extremely bullish on. We got a few other tokens here. There might be a nice little inverse head and shoulders. This was the airdrop token. 𝗕𝗘𝗘𝗗𝗕 was it over there. It obviously came in pretty hot, came all the way back down to 1.5. And now it had that strong push back up to the previous high. So what we tend to see here is a possible inverse head and shoulders. So what they say is on the right shoulder should go to the same levels as the left shoulder. And I've seen this play out many times. Plus it's on the 382. So I got two levels here. I got this current zone we are entering now for dipping a toes, and I'll probably dip a little bit in here. And then there is the crazy scenario of maybe there's that wick. But nonetheless, I do think after this dip over here and a higher low, I do see us finally breaking that top of the range and possibly getting us up to the $3.5 sort of mark. So that is one looking good. Another one, which is in dollar cost zone for me. Guys, I've heard the research call speak about this a long time now. Rollbit. This is just hovering on 618, guys. Craig's saying it's cheap. I agree, but it's also just getting bought up so nicely. Like every low here, bought up. So there's accumulation happening here at the moment. And again, it's creating nice sideways. So what I have is from here at any moment, I do see the push back to the trend line, which is to 24 cents. Nice little 20% move. But ultimately past that trend, now we're looking at 40 cents. So Rollbit, I am bullish on, and fundamentally, I think it's really, really, really good. So here's another coin that could rip, right? It did obviously really well. Here's another one, which is Radium. So this one for me is outside of investment entry, okay? But it can be a great coin to trade on the hype, right? Because it is showing tremendous amount of strength. Look at the volume that's coming in. So when you see a token moving and you got volume backing it, this is always a really good thing to be looking at. Now what you want to see is this was the range high, guys, which was that dollar mark, right? We finally popped our heads through that, and now it's something called the RS flip, where something was resistance and now tending to be support. So if we hold that, what it usually means is from here, we should attempt the next resistance, right? So in order to do that, you jump in and you just track where we are on the shorter time frames. And you can see right now, really good wedge and flag, whatever you guys, everyone's got different terminology of it. Whatever you see over here, we did see a breakout yesterday. And technically what should happen here, and this is how you would basically trade it, is this pullback, retest pullback would be the buy. Your stop loss will be around the 1.1 sort of levels. And from here, we should make our way up to the $2 sort of mark. So one coin, good strength yesterday. It's on a retest. Chart-wise, looks great as a trade. Looks amazing. Here's another example of the ecosystem. So I don't think there's much to trade on here at the moment, but look at this. Look at this. So when hype comes into the ecosystem, guys, it's big, right? It's big. Look at that. Absolutely ripping through. So, guys, this is late. But again, we're looking at the next ones to see where the big opportunities are. One, GMT. GMT in it? GMX. GMX, right? Or GMT. Just have a look. Just making sure it's the right ticker, guys. We got this straight from the researchers. Just have a look for me. Double check. Okay. But there is one token I don't want to speak about. It's GMX. So GMX is creating a great sideways momentum at the moment. And I'm looking at a strong push at any moment. It's one coin that's really holding a nice trend. And it's just hovering on support. So this will tend to be my nice little DCA area over here. And what I am seeing is a nice little trend line as well. So what it's basically indicating is if this now holds support, right? In a few days, we break the trend. We're looking at the push to the upside. But what it also indicates, and this is what I love about trend lines, guys, is it gives you a little bit of a time base. Okay, so what it's saying here is if we print another 3, 4, you probably got about 5 days until we can possibly, especially if it slows down here, to break out. So what that does for me, it says, okay, we're in a little bit of support now. I can dip my toes. I know a lot of people are bullish and they understand GMX. I dip my toes a little bit now, but I have 5 days to accumulate this token. And that's what's amazing. And if it breaks the trend, that's when you got to already be in. So it's nice. What I love about trend lines, it gives you a little bit of idea, right, of how long we could sit here. So some people want to know, I should go in all now or there's a little bit of time. And this one shows a little bit of time over there. Let's speak about memes, right? Let's speak about PONKE. So PONKE obviously did insane things. What did the evaluation go up to on PONKE? Did it go to like 2 to 3 billion?
Yeah, it was 1.3 yesterday.
1.3 billion, still where we are right now. That's why we're going to speak about dog with hat next. It's crazy. I can't believe so much money goes into it. But this is what you're going to love crypto for, right? People want to create the communities. They want to create these ecosystems. They believe there's value here. And that's what they do. So again, it's sort of like freedom, right? Freedom for people to put their money where they want and create the ecosystems they want. So I love it. I don't like there's not much tech behind them, but again, when a community comes together, you see insane amounts. So PONKE obviously had the crazy pump off. It came all the way back down. So we had a drop of, no, that was all hype. There's a lot of hype going on there of up to 70%. So I'm interested. And we saw a little bit of interest. We saw a little bit of interest a few days back, around about the 10th of Jan. We saw a little pump off, made its first higher high. And now what we want to obviously see is the higher low. So there's 2 Fibonacci levels I'm paying attention to a bounce here. And this one is very easy to trade. Why it's very easy to trade? Because you've got a 4-touch trend line. 4-touch trend lines are usually really good high probabilities of catching a breakout and being a successful breakout. So again, this is showing another day or two until the trend can break. But your 2 areas is 618, 786. So again, I know that this could be a falling knife. I don't want to guess and just catch the knife. 20% here. As it gets closer, a little bit more. If it dips down, this is where I want to get some more until it breaks the trend line. And then I got to be in the trade. I do think there's another mega bonk pump coming. I do. I don't think it goes all-time highs. That's my honest opinion. But what I did was I took a Fibonacci from the top to the bottom, and I got the big 618 retracement. And that's a bearish retracement. It actually means that it's a lower high on the high time frame. And it means that this should go up there and then come down hard. And that's technically what it is. So I'm looking at the little bit more bearish scenario. But nonetheless, you look at that, percentage-wise of where we're looking at, this is a nice 70 to 80% mark. The only thing is, again, when it comes to these things, this is your high to very high risk sort of part of your portfolio. You know, your 10% category on these. But Bonk, again, it will go crazy. If the whole ecosystem explodes, it will go crazy. And that brings us to the next one. Dog with hat. What industry are we in, bro? Dog with hat. Dog with hat. Okay. There's a lot of obviously bullishness here at the moment, guys. So one thing that's interesting is it's obviously flying a little bit at the moment. One thing I do like about it, though, is look how quickly it got bought up. This is one thing you got to be very quick with these things. A lot of hype here, a lot of people degenning into this. And what you want to see, and I actually want to go to this last. Let me just see which one I wanted to show you. Here we go. So if you look at the way MYRO played out, right? What happened was every time it broke a high, there was a crazy little, so it broke the high, it extended, and then there's a crazy wick that comes down quickly and then goes. And what basically happens is every time we pass a level, it's coming, dipping, going, and it's basically turning all of these highs over here into like quick supports and continuation. So looking at WIF here, I think there's one more possible opportunity, and I think the dip off might happen here. And why we are saying that there could still be upside, right? This coin's in all-time high sort of territory right now. And why we're saying there could still be a little bit of upside over here is because it's at a 300 million market cap. And Bonk is at 1.2 billion. So it's 4 times the size. Plus Bonk's had a 70% retracement. Or 60% retracement. So again, if the hype is here, this thing could easily possibly get to $1 billion. Now, again, is it fundamentally back? No. But is there a lot of hype there at the moment? And to make some cash, there's a possible good opportunity. So dog with hats, I'm keeping eyes on it to see where it can go. But a lot of people are saying it's a possibility of doing very similar to what Bonk can actually do. So another one to pay attention. Again, these are not gambling bets, but these are like degen bets. This is high risk, high reward probability from some of these things. And I'm just bringing you information. Go study it, have an idea of it, and you can make the decision. Degens, I now bring the floor to you.
We still need 250 likes, bro.
Oh, we need 250 likes.
No, we're not on 1,000.
Okay, if I don't get 1,000 likes, guys, but I'm about to open the floor to you. Bring on the degen. If any of these coins come from the community, do your own research. I'm not holding any response, like nothing. I'll chart them for you, though. I'll chart them for you and look at what we're looking at. But if you give me, I'll wait.
So
I'll wait for 200 likes quickly, and you give me the 2 likes. I'll open the floor to you and bring them on, baby. Bring the coins on.
The place where you chart this stuff, let the OG tell you, is 𝗕𝗘𝗗𝗑. So go to 𝗕𝗘𝗗𝗑 website.
𝗕𝗘𝗗𝗑. Okay, so OG is telling us if you want to chart these coins, you go and trade them. 𝗕𝗘𝗗𝗑. 𝗕𝗘𝗗𝗑. Okay, OG is going to teach us. Okay, let's see here. 𝗕𝗘𝗗𝗑.com. This is food, bro.
No, bird.
Does anyone want some food? What is that? Okay, let's look. Show me. 𝗕𝗘𝗗𝗑. Okay. 𝗕𝗘𝗗𝗑. Okay, so is this where the degens
play?
𝗕𝗘𝗗𝗑. Okay.
That's it.
That's the one.
That's the one.
Okay. Let's go in.
So, we're still waiting for these likes to come. We only need 100 more.
Okay, let's see if this loads up over here. Verifying, checking secure. Okay, it's secure. Oh, wow.
In the top there, right at the top search, put WIF for starters.
WIF. Okay.
WIF.
WIF. Dog WIF what?
That.
Sonic with tits.
Another top one.
Sonic with tits. Oh, yeah?
Top one.
This one.
Yeah. Make sure the guys pick the right coins.
Yeah, choose the right coins, guys. Otherwise, it's a big.
So you get the market cap on the left-hand side and the amount of holders down the left.
Oh, here. Okay, so you got a total amount there. You got the amount of holders, so 41,000 holders at the moment. How's that wick? Oh, someone got wrecked. Oh, you told me about this one.
$7 million buy.
So someone bought $7 million
and
lost $6 million of it.
In 1 minute.
Was that a market buy?
Yeah.
Ooh. Yo, sorry. I think let's have a moment of silence. It's a tough one. Wow. Okay. Yeah. Again, always pay attention to volume, guys, and how much liquidity is there. Otherwise, these things happen. Very expensive lesson to pay. Okay, so he has all the tools and all of them to do. Okay, where's have we hit the?
We haven't hit, but let's just tease them with one.
Okay.
I'm watching the chat here.
Give us one. Okay.
Deepcoin, PONKE, PONKE.
For fuck's sakes. Guys, again, my financial, this is like absolutely
one word, just PONKE.
Just PONKE.
PONKE.
PONKE Jazz.
No, it's not PONKE Jazz.
Let's see. PONKE.
PONKE, yeah.
Yeah, don't see it here. Maybe it's I.
No, PONKE.
PONKE.
Yeah, there it is.
That one.
That's it.
2.4 million trading volume. Okay, so it's got quite a decent amount of trading volume. Let's go look at PONKE. Oh, I can't believe how much activity is happening on these things at the moment. Like people are trading this stuff.
If you click these over here.
Oh wow, look at this.
You see the volume. So if you click on whales there.
Okay.
And then scroll up, you can see on the left-hand side, 1 minute ago, how much was bought? 4,000.
Oh, so this is whales, what whales are buying.
Those are whales are buying.
Oh, interesting. So 1 minute ago, we had a whale buy. Oh, this is cool. So you can click on the whale. What's dolphins?
If you highlight it, it tells you how much.
Oh, $1,000 to $3,000 positions. Oh, this is cool. This is a very cool platform. Guys, hit the like if you like this platform. It's pretty cool. Okay, so we got some whales. There's the stuff. So let's have a look quickly at the chart. So there's a nice RS flip over there. I don't know. It looks pretty good. What's the market cap here? Fully diluted market cap is 21 million. 21 million. There's looks. Obviously, it got launched, came down, did the sideways, first RS flip. So this looks semi-decent for a push. Again, for some TP zones, what you'll do, you'll take your fib, top to bottom, to bring up all your funny colors. Your first one is 618. Yeah. So it's showing you the 5.4 cent sort of mark. So it's around a 20% move from here. And then you obviously go to the, if we go into price discovery zone and this starts, obviously extending really quickly, we got the 1.618, which is around about the 10 to the 12 cent mark. So that would obviously be a beautiful one to get in there. So yeah, looks pretty good on the support over here. Looks good. Guys, again, super high risk. Okay. Adrian, Rocky. Okay. Where do I search it? Okay, say it again. R-O-C-K. Rocky, like literally Sylvester Stallone. Rocky. Oh, this one's got, wow, nearly 5 million trading volume. Bro, what's going on here? Am I trading the wrong stuff here or what? Should be DJing in. Okay, so there's your little flag breakout. So again, this would be the area here. This would be protection zones over here. Let's have a look and see if there's some more data to see where this could possibly go. Oh, wow. So obviously launched, not much happened. And that was the first real pump up there, which tends to see for me, I don't know if we'll get past that high, but it tends that price can go up to that area because what happens is when a sell comes like this, there's leftover liquidity there to sell. So those who bought there, they sold a bunch when it went up here. So there's some bigger wallets that sold. And once it's sold off, sometimes it goes too quick and they don't fill their whole position. So they'll send price back up slowly. And this will be a little bit of high. People will buy the dip, buy the dip, buy the dip. And it tends that it could be another reversal up there, which is like 60% away. So let's go back. Let's go back over here. Let's go see. So if we look percentage-wise, wow, to the top's 100. But I'd probably look at, let's put a fib on here and see where's 618. So 618 is here, the 2.2 cent mark. So we look at percentage-wise. Again, these things are in, take profits. That's it. Like it's very simple. It's up to 40, 50%. Chonky. C-H-O-N-K-Y.
Yeah. This is Alistair's. He loves this.
2 million. Okay.
Nice chart.
Great sideways. Let's see here what we see over here at the moment. Okay, a little bit of a possible cup and handle play here. So let's see. So right now there's a little bit of a double top. So that could be a short-term reversal. And then obviously the dip areas of what you would look at. So you'll pop your fib in there. And then there's another thing you'll do as well is you'll take the initial trend line and it sort of highlights as well, again, the 618. So this could possibly dip off here to around about, I don't know how many zeros are that. So again, just go to your file and just do what I did there. You take the recent waves here, Fibonacci from the bottom to the top. We'll give you a couple of levels. 618 this zone here would be decent. If it comes down here and it starts to go in here, then you'll start reducing the size of your position, if not closing it. But if it bounces there, you know, this could then attempt the highs over there. I wouldn't bank too much more higher than the highs here. So, but that's still a good, you know, 20, 30, 40% out from where we are now. Let's go another.
Used car, my friend.
Excuse me?
Used car, one word.
Used car.
Yeah. This is based on a gently used Honda Civic. It's not a joke.
Gently used Honda Civic. This is so. Oh yeah, 8 million trading volume, 24 hours. Oh, this one looks. This looks pretty interesting. So there's the range top. So again, look at that. A lot of hype. Big wallets that accumulated here, sold into it. So what tends to happen over time possibly is we start to make our way up to go fill that. Again, I wouldn't think much further than the high. I would look at the 618. So I'd go bottom to top. 618 over there. That's pretty decent. Let's actually have a look here. Where's that? It's up to 130%. So again, the way I would do this is spare money, right? This is spare money. But if I had $1,000 spare money, I'd look at something similar to this. And if it does get to that 100% mark, I would take your initial investment back, and you can leave as many tokens as you want in case Moonshine, in case it does something crazy like PONKE or, you know, any of these tokens. But this one's nice. I like the sideways. It pops this range. It should start accelerating. Again, I wouldn't think past the high over there. 618 areas over there.
So WIF is listing on KuCoin today.
WIF
is listing on KuCoin. And it's listed on ByBit today.
WIF. Wow. Dog with hat. Okay, guys, that's enough DJing for me. I love you all. Have a fantastic day. I'll see you all tomorrow. And if you enjoyed this, thank you, Craig. We've got 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏. Now I've learned something. I actually like it. Very nice platform. Guys, have a great day. I'll see you all tomorrow. Hit that like button if you enjoyed today's content, and I'll see you all tomorrow. There's a show dropping with 𝗕𝗘𝗘𝗗. 𝗕𝗘𝗘𝗗. There's a good show dropping tomorrow. Have a great day. Much love.